Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor about your, girl parts? Well, you've come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. Obstetrics and gynecology? She keeps it real. Pregnancy? She's been there, done that. Menopause? She'll get you through. Young or old, Dr. Angela's got you covered, girl. Now here's Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's favorite OBGYN, and I would like to welcome you to episode 179 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. This weather here in Jersey is crazy. So today it was like 58 degrees, crazy windy, like all of my Christmas decorations are all over the place. Like the trees on my front porch have fallen over. The blow up, yes, we're one of those families that has a blow up. My little girl loves them. But the blow up is now face down, and the beautiful reindeer pulling a sleigh is hanging on by like a string, literally. The wind is just gusting and it keeps blowing my stuff over, and I'm getting like increasingly frustrated because it looks so good, but then I have to keep going back out and putting it back up again, and then the ground's wet and it's raining and it's just kind of a hot mess. So anyway, enough about my Christmas decorations, which are gorgeous but are taking quite a licking. Let's just jump right into today's question. This is actually a question that I did for Self Magazine, self.com, and they asked me, Dr. Angela, what are some age-related issues women have to contend with when it comes to fertility? And for me, this was pretty easy. I mean, when you get older, stuff starts to happen. Let's see, what happens when we get older? Let's start with this. A woman is only born with a finite number of eggs. So as we age, the amount and the quality of those eggs declines. I'm going to say that again, it declines. So fertility rates begin a steady decrease at around the age of 30, more so at the age of 35, and even more so at the age of 40. And I'm going to just say this, even with all the advances in medicine, things such as IVF are less successful as a woman ages. So if you want kids, the best thing that you can do is continue to stay healthy, because the other thing that we have to remember is that as we age, we are more prone to develop ailments ranging from diabetes, cardiovascular issues, hypertension, etc. And that's not to say that with all the marvels of technology that are currently in existence, that you can't have kids at an older age. I mean, I delivered someone that was in their 50s this year. I think, honestly, they had twins. And I'm delivering a lot of women well into their 40s, because women nowadays are waiting longer and longer and longer and putting off childbearing due to careers and whatever else. And that's all fine. I mean, I was an older mom. I didn't have my mini-me until I was 37, which is all good. But I'm going to throw this out there again. Time is of the essence, and unfortunately, ladies, our eggs do and can go bad. It makes me think of that scene on Willy Wonka where I think it was, I don't know who it was, but you remember that scene where, they're running through a part of the factory and the geese are laying golden eggs, and I don't know if it was Veruca. She was a complete brat. But anyway, one of the eggs got on the scale and it was determined to be a bad egg, and off it went. No bueno, no good. So just keep that in mind. For the record, Willy Wonka happens to be one of my top 5, probably even top 3 all-time favorite movies. So in closing, just keep this in mind. Most things do get better with time, just not our eggs. Quality, I'm talking quality, and quantity, both decline. Anyway, I hope today's episode helped somebody out. And I'd like to thank you so much, as usual, for tuning in. If you happen to have a question that you'd like featured in the podcast, you can reach me at www.askdrangela.com. That's ASKDRANGELA.com. My website, which is still under construction, is coming along quite nicely, and you can hit me up any couple of ways. There's a question mark that you can click on, email your question to me directly, or you can click on any one of my social media venues. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can direct message me. If I happen to use one of your questions on the podcast, I will reach out to you, get your information, and send you one of my Bottom Ass t-shirts. In closing, I'd like to leave you with this. Never waste an opportunity to tell someone you love them. That's lesson 347 from Life's Little Instruction Book. Until next time, look better, feel better, be better. Can't wait to reconnect on episode 180 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or illness and does not and should not replace treatment from a medical professional. Listening to and participating in this podcast does not create a doctor-patient relationship between you and Dr. Angela Jones. If you need medical advice or assistance, you should consult a physician. Listening to and participating in this podcast is subject to the terms and conditions posted at askdrangela.com/terms.